Hello everyone, so recently I did a video about making a game on the channel. So I think now I can qualify as a dev channel now. So yeah, okay, so let's see what other dev channels are doing. Alright. Okay. Beginning to see a pattern here. Alright, so let's do it. Let's make a game in 15 minutes without using a game engine. Alright, so before we start, let's set a few ground rules. We need to make the game with a player entity, an enemy entity, a scoring system, and a game over system. Optionally, a firing system. So that automatically disqualifies a few ideas like hangman, number guesser, and all that bullshit. So yeah, let's put those out the window, and now let's go with this. So for the game, I decided to go with a space war like game, a space shooter game. So I can use the assets from my old game, which I have made, but I'm not going to show. So also, there's going to be a timer at the bottom of the screen, so you can keep track of how long I've been doing the things that I've been doing for. Alright, so yeah, let's start. Also, yeah, I'm going to speed the video up, because I'm not that good at explaining code. I don't know who is, but yeah, I figure you should know that. Alright, let's go. Alright, so let's start the clock. So I initially started by creating the window and adding the background to it. Then I created the player, who I am gonna call Rocket, and started adding the movement to the player. Since all we want to do is have the player move left or right, we only need to assign the A and the D keys. So after 4 minutes on the clock, we are here. We have the player and the background, and the player moves. After that was done, I started on the comet stuff, which needed to fall to the bottom so that the player needs to destroy them before they reach the bottom. Makes sense, right? So I created the comet and made it so that it spawns and starts falling down immediately after a certain time from the previous spawn, okay? So also I made it so that it spawns at random locations so that the player needs to work for it, move a bit. And after all that, and 8.5 minutes on the clock, here we are, and we already are more than halfway done, and little to no work has been done. I mean, that's a lot of work I've done, but yeah, sure. Alright, so next I worked on the bullet and the bullet firing mechanism, which was actually really easy to make. With 11 minutes on the clock, we are done with the bullet firing mechanism. So next we have to make the bullets destroy the comets. So next I added a mechanism by which the comets, once they reach the bottom of the screen, are gonna immediately destroy themselves. Alright, so here we are. So next I needed a game over mechanism. So once the comet, once they reach the end of the screen, meshes will be destroyed on the console and the game will restart. As we don't have time for the UI, as we are already 14 minutes in. We have 1 minute to go. Alright, so let's go. The final thing that I'm gonna do is a simple one, that we are basically gonna check if the comet and the bullets collide, and if they collide, the score of the player is going to increase by 1, and every time the score increments, it is going to be displayed on the console. As I previously said, we do not have time for the UI, so yeah, here's the end product. And with 16 minutes and 43 seconds on the clock, we have the basic barebone game done, and I'm just gonna call it 15 minutes because that sounds a lot better and clickbaity. Okay, either way, you might be wondering why the why the video clock says 17 and the system clock says 16. The reason is I paused the timer while testing. Yep, cheated a bit. I kept on pressing F2 when I was like testing, so I don't want, testing can take long time, right? so I just didn't want that to mess with my timing stuff, so I just paused it and continued it later on. So yeah, we have like almost 1 minute off. So either way, so yeah, that watch a short video, yeah, I gotta say. But yeah, that was actually really fun to make. If you want any ideas that you want to have made, leave them down in the comments below. And if you liked it, please do consider leaving a like. And if you want to see more of these game dev stuff, please do consider subscribing. As always, thank you for watching. Have a great day, and now goodbye.